Hey guys, this morning I want to talk to you about two flash options from Fuji that you may be considering for your X Pro 1. So the two that I'm going to be looking at are the EF42 and the EF-X20. Now the X20 was brought out specifically for the X Pro 1 and it's smaller and it's in line with that kind of rangefinder style of camera and style of features and build quality, whereas the EF42 is a more familiar one to the design that you're probably familiar with from the likes of Canon and Nikon and those kind of guys. So let's open this one up and just chat through their features. So the 42 has a guide number of 42, surprisingly, which is not hugely powerful, but for its price point in the market, it's not too bad. This one comes with a big old instruction manual, yada, yada, yada. Now this is, for this kind of a flash, it's reasonably small. It's about the size of an SB700, I'd say, and a very, very basic interface on the back. It takes 4 AA batteries. We'll give you a close-up on that one. Okay, so the EF42 has a guide number, as I say, of 42. It does full TTL. It's got the bounce head, it's got the built-in diffuser card in there, and the head will rotate 300 degrees in total, so that's quite good, just past the side direction in that angle. It is a plastic construction. It doesn't feel super strong, but it feels like about the same as something like an SB700, so it doesn't feel exactly flimsy, just comparing it to the X20, and there's a noticeable difference. It also takes 4 AA batteries, which is quite standard, but they're in a little bit of an unusual configuration. 3 along the bottom and 1 up the top. And the zoom head on this one will go from, in 35mm equivalent, 24mm all the way through to 105, which is about average for an entry-level rotating flash like this one. And the second one we're looking at today is the EF-X20. Now, from the name, you'll probably guess this one has a guide number of 20. So, 20 versus 42, it's a big difference. And in size, there's a big difference as well. This one is really quite tiny, but the build quality is in a totally different league to the 42. This one's, it's premium construction. It's a metal body. They even, in every release I've read, they tout how the button, the dial here has a lovely amount of resistance, which I agree, but I just find it funny that engineers are spending a lot of time, or maybe it's just their PR company spending a lot of time hyping that up. Comes with a little nice carry case and the foot, so you can use this to stand on the ground, so that's quite nice. Let's have a close-up on that one. Okay, then the EF-X20 has a guide number of 20. You can adjust the power from 1 all the way through to 1/64th power in manual, or in TTL you've got a stop above and below that you can adjust it. This one doesn't have the zoom head per se, but it does have an internal diffuser that you can flip down using that button that'll change it from being about a 50mm down to about a 20mm in 35mm speak. This one weighs in at only 100 grams, and it really is a nice prestige finish and build quality. There I've got it sitting on its little foot, and it comes with the little carry pouch as well. So whilst this one doesn't do all the bounce and all of those kind of options, it is still full TTL, and it's going to work seamlessly with your Fuji cameras. One thing I'm not a huge fan of though, this one actually uses AAA batteries, not AA's. So it only takes 2 AAA's, but still for me that's a little bit of a pain because I travel with a lot of devices that use AA's, and I have, a big stash of them and a good charger for them, but I don't carry AAA's ordinarily. So for this trip, I'll be taking along a couple of non-rechargeable, the top of the line lithium ion AAA's, so we can use those ones. Something I really appreciate about the case on this one, opening it up to take a look inside, you can see it does have room in there for the little foot as well as the flash. So, if it didn't have the room for the foot, that's something that's going to quickly go missing when I'm traveling. Having it all go in the one little pouch means that's a pouch I may actually use. Taking a look at the back of this one, you just slide it into position, nice and easy, and then to release it, it's a simple push button. So you can see on this one, it really is designed to fit beautifully and just look the part on the Fuji X Pro One. So if one of the reasons that you bought your X Pro One is because of the sleek, slim line, the retro styling, the fact that it's nice and pared back for street shooting, that it's not too intimidating and in your face, for that kind of shooting and to fit the whole package, the EF X20 is, just perfectly designed for it, and it just meshes really well with the body. This one is fully compatible, nothing wrong with using it. It does suddenly make it look a little bit ridiculous, and seeing them like this, you can really notice a big difference in build quality between the flash and the body, which isn't apparent when you're using this one. Not a huge deal. Considering this one has less features and costs more, it may seem like an unbalanced equation here, but to me it's a little bit like, I don't know, buying a replacement set of headlights or exhaust system for your big Porsche four-wheel drive or the top-of-the-line sports car from Porsche. Yeah, the four-wheel drive one is bigger and maybe more beefy or whatever, but it's still going to cost less because the one for the premium body, like the X20, is made out of premium materials and it's designed to go with a premium product, so they charge a premium. So I have both of these on loan from Fuji, and I'm actually only going to take this little fella with me because I'm only taking this camera, is the only one it's going to be compatible with. And whilst having the swivel head is great, I really plan on using this outdoors, so the swivel head is much less of a feature when you're outdoors. And the fact that this one can be used as a remote slave, I really like that, because when I'm shooting, say, some portraits indoors, I'll still be able to hide this somewhere in the room, use the little foot and stand it to give me a second flash somewhere, or use one of my Gorilla Pods or the suction cup that I'm taking along to stick this somewhere to still, create a hair light, repeating the flash from the flash I'm using on camera. So for me, that's going to be the way to go. So yeah, two reasonable options. They're both, compared to the Nikon flashes, a lot cheaper in an overall sense. If you're comparing features and power output, then maybe not. This is certainly a premium product. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you found that interesting. Leave any questions or comments. Please click the subscribe if you haven't already, like if you liked it, and I'll see you soon. This is Matt Granger, that Nikon guy.